Hi, this is Annie Palchis. In this talk, I'm going to talk about getting ready for kindergarten. Entering kindergarten is a big step for most children, and for many, it's one of the first major life transitions that they experience. Even if your child has attended an early education and care program during the preschool years and has worked through some of the separation challenges and other challenges of being away from home, this transition will likely present some new challenges for your child and your family. This talk will help you think a bit more deeply about life's transitions and will provide a few tips that might help things go more smoothly for your child and for you. Transitions are hard for all of us. Think about your own major life transitions: moving, starting a new job, finishing high school or college, getting married, having a child. Think for a minute about how you felt at those times. Probably you experienced some combination of excitement, fear, worry, insecurity, even sadness. You may have wondered, will I be okay? Will I know what to do? What if I make mistakes? What if I don't know how to do something that they ask? Will they like me? Will I be safe? Will I feel safe and really be safe? These feelings and concerns are the same feelings most children have as they move from home, play groups, or preschool settings to kindergarten. It's important to remember that all early education settings, including kindergarten, have quite a few things in common: caring adults, regular routines and schedules, construction materials to build with and create things, dress up and other dramatic play materials, art materials, outdoor playtime, child-sized tables and chairs, designated areas within the room for different types of work and play, to name just a few. But there are also a number of differences that can pose challenges for some children and require some period of adjustment. Some of these are a much larger building with lots more rooms and lots more people, often larger groups of children with fewer adults, many people that the children don't know, different teacher expectations, particularly around independence, being quiet and sitting still, more teacher-led instruction and more formal approaches to lessons, longer periods of sitting and listening, more frequent transitions during the day, expectations for more independence socially and in easily entering and exiting play and work with others. Parents can influence children's successful kindergarten transition in some important ways. First, parents can help by communicating positive expectations, encouragement, and support throughout the whole transition period, which basically has already started and will continue well into the fall. This means putting a positive spin on kindergarten. Talk with your child about some of the fun and exciting things that are going to happen in kindergarten. If your child attended an early education and care program during the preschool years, particularly emphasize the things that will be very similar in kindergarten. Talk about the things that will be most familiar for your child and some of the kindergarten activities that you know your child will manage very well. Be sure also to invite your child to talk about what she expects or what he might be worried about. Answer their questions. You can help provide both support and clarification in case your child may have some images or fears about kindergarten that aren't accurate. Second, it is important to provide opportunities for play dates with future classmates during these weeks before school starts, as much as is possible or comfortable given social distancing requirements right now. It really helps if he or she has spent some time with some of the children that will be in the same kindergarten class. For children who may have limited experience or maybe some difficulties in peer interactions from time to time, parents may need to support these playdates and remain nearby to provide some coaching and cues to make the interaction very successful. Remember to keep it fairly short and possibly stay outside, not just due to COVID-19 precautions, but to make sure the experience is really positive and allows lots of room for the children to be both together and apart during their playtime. Third, try to keep the family atmosphere relaxed and interactions within the family as positive and relaxed as possible during this time of change and challenge for your kindergartner. Since new and different experiences and expectations connected with kindergarten are likely to provide some challenge and distress for many children, it helps a lot if things at home ease up a little bit. Even for children who are really, really well prepared and who usually cope well with change and new experience, kindergarten requires a great deal of energy for everyone involved. Your child will be working really, really hard to keep focused, to learn new rules, to manage social demands, to attend to his own needs, to follow directions, to listen well, and oh, so much more all day long. And so he or she will need to relax and recharge at home to be able to go back and then do it all again the next day. Here are a few things that you can begin to emphasize and help your child to practice at home in these weeks leading up to the first day of kindergarten and continuing on throughout the year. Remember, the goal is to increase familiarity and exposure to these skills and activities. It's not about perfection. Keep it relaxed and fun and not demanding and intense. Any amount of progress in these areas is likely to help support a smoother adjustment for both you and your child. Continuing frequent opportunities for practicing social skills with friends and siblings. Taking care of and managing possessions, picking things up, putting things away, keeping things organized like a backpack, clothes, toys, school supplies. Using a variety of strategies to ask for help appropriately when needed. Following verbal directions, including stopping something when told to stop and moving to something else. Sharing toys and materials with others. Playing turn-taking games and coping with both winning and losing gracefully. Increasing levels of independence in key self-care tasks. Dressing, toilet skills, hand washing, using tissues, using utensils, cleaning up after a meal, following routines with more independence, and doing simple household jobs like clearing the table or picking things up. Practicing fine motor skills to strengthen and coordinate finger muscles for writing. They can do things like building with small Legos, drawing and writing with pencils and crayons. I'd avoid markers, they don't build muscles very well. Molding with clay, buttoning, snapping, and zipping. Practicing gross large motor skills, large muscles, with lots of running and jumping and climbing outside. Playing rhyming games, learning poems that rhyme. These help with learning to read. Making up and sharing stories. Everyone in the family can do this. Stories are fun. It builds imagination and it helps with language building, which helps with reading. Counting things, at least up to 10 things would be great. And just rote counting 1 to 10. Learning more about letters, what they look like, maybe even how to write some, maybe the sounds they make. Practicing making the letters in his first name. persisting in sticking with something that may be a little bit hard until it's all done. Reading books, lots of them, as much as you have the time to do every day, every single day, and not just at bedtime, anytime. A few other things you might want to do with and for your kindergartner in the next week or two. Have conversations about the new school. Go visit the school. Take pictures of your child there, and then talk later about the visit and what your child enjoyed best and what they noticed. Find out from your child's teacher what the daily schedule is going to be like during the first week of school, and talk with your child about what he or she will be doing. Talk about the bus if your child will be riding the bus. Think together about what the bus rules might be. Give your child choice in selecting new things for school, like a backpack or a lunchbox or shoes or a new jacket. Practice newer skills regularly, like putting on shoes. Maybe get a pair with Velcro if tying isn't yet easily accomplished. Putting on outerwear, managing face masks. Any of those things that they're going to need to do more independently when they get to school. For children who might be extra nervous about leaving home, provide a small transitional object, something you can slip in a backpack or in a pocket that's not very big, but is comforting and reminds the child of home, or just makes him or her feel safe, and maybe something like a stuffed animal or something. It's very important, finally, for parents to be proactive and get involved with the teachers and with the school. That alone has been shown to have a huge positive impact on how well children do in kindergarten and throughout their school years. Be sure to stay in touch with the teachers regularly. Keep informed about what's happening in school and in your child's classroom. And talk with your child about school every day. And remember, regardless of a child's initial skills when they walk through the door of kindergarten, all children will progress and learn in kindergarten and will become more confident and eager to learn each day with your support, your encouragement, and your love. I hope everything goes really well for your family this year.